Welcome back to the show. Today we're doing a deep dive
Oh, cool.
into the world of gold IRAs,
Nice.
specifically focusing on the information provided by Gold IRA Blueprint.
Should be interesting. A lot of American retirees
Oh, yeah.
are looking at gold IRAs right now and
Mhm.
wondering if they make sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz around this.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly is a gold IRA?
Yeah.
Why would you choose one
Right.
over a regular IRA?
Well, imagine your traditional IRA, but instead of stocks and bonds,
Okay.
you're holding actual physical precious metals.
Interesting.
Gold, silver, platinum, or even palladium.
Wow.
It's that idea of having tangible assets, a
Yeah.
hedge against inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Something many folks find comforting, especially in uncertain economic times.
It's appealing. Everyone knows gold is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
If you're concerned about the stock market or inflation eating away at your retirement savings,
Right.
gold feels like,
Yeah.
well, a safe haven.
That's the allure, right.
Yeah.
It taps into this historical idea of gold as a store of value.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking for a free checklist to help you choose the right gold IRA company,
Okay.
visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Great tip.
Oh.
Okay, so we get the basic idea,
Yeah.
but the Gold IRA Blueprint really digs into the WHY.
Mm-hmm.
Why are so many folks,
Right.
particularly those nearing retirement,
Yeah.
finding this concept so attractive?
Let's break it down.
Okay.
First, diversification.
Okay.
Remember the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket?
Oh, absolutely. I learned that one the hard way.
Well, a gold IRA can be that other basket
Okay.
for your retirement savings.
I see.
It's about not relying solely on stocks and bonds,
Right.
which can be volatile, especially as you approach
Yeah.
or enter retirement.
You need that stability,
Right.
that peace of mind
That's right.
when you're living on a fixed income.
Exactly. Second, and this ties into the safe haven idea,
Okay.
is gold's historical performance during economic downturns.
Interesting.
Think back to the stagflation of the 1970s.
Okay.
While the stock market plummeted,
Yeah.
gold surged over 800%.
Wow. Over 800%. That's incredible.
It is.
And something a lot of people are probably thinking about
Yeah.
with all the economic uncertainty right now.
Yes, and that uncertainty often leads to inflation,
Right.
which erodes the purchasing power of your hard-earned savings.
Yeah.
Gold, however, tends to hold its value
Okay.
during inflationary periods.
Interesting.
In fact, many economists see a direct correlation
Okay.
as inflation rises.
Mm-hmm.
So does the price of gold.
So it's like a built-in protection
It is.
against your savings losing their value.
Exactly.
You know, if a retiree is listening to this right now
Yeah.
and they're worried about making ends meet as prices keep going up,
Mhm.
this has to be music to their ears.
It makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
for folks in that position.
Okay.
Now, all this sounds great,
Yeah, that's it.
but there's another critical aspect that Gold IRA Blueprint repeatedly emphasizes.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Regulatory compliance.
Okay, here's where it gets real.
Yeah.
This isn't just about buying some gold coins,
Nope.
sticking them in a safe, and all the regulations are followed.
Ah, so they're the official record keeper.
Yes.
The one making sure everything is above board with the IRS. That takes a lot of the pressure off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they also ensure that the gold you purchase
Okay.
meets the IRS guidelines.
Interesting.
That's another crucial point.
Okay.
Not just any gold can go into a gold IRA.
Oh, really?
It has to meet specific purity standards
Okay.
and be in the form of approved coins or bars.
Like you can't just melt down your grandma's gold jewelry and call it a day.
Sadly, no sentimental gold allowed.
Oh, too bad.
The IRS has a very specific list.
Okay.
Popular options include American Eagle coins,
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Maple Leaf coins,
Okay.
Austrian Philharmonic coins.
Right?
Think beautifully minted gold,
Yeah.
the kind collectors love.
So it's not just any gold bar or nugget you find lying around. It
Okay.
has to meet these very specific standards.
Precisely. It's about ensuring quality and legitimacy.
Right. And remember, if all this seems a little overwhelming,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Gold IRA Blueprint offers a free checklist
Oh, good.
to help you choose the right gold IRA company for your needs.
Okay.
You can find it at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Okay, bookmarking that. This is a lot to take in,
It is.
but it's fascinating to see how much detail goes into making sure your gold IRA is set up correctly.
It's definitely not a DIY project.
Definitely not.
You need experts guiding you through every step.
Speaking of experts,
Yeah.
there's one company mentioned repeatedly in Gold IRA Blueprint,
Okay.
Augusta Precious Metals.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be getting a lot of praise for their approach.
Yeah, they do.
What's the story there?
Augusta does seem to check a lot of boxes when it comes to gold IRAs.
Yeah.
They're presented as a leader in the field,
Okay.
known for their transparency and focus on customer education.
It sounds like they're trying to demystify the whole process.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest,
Yeah,
can feel a little intimidating at first.
definitely. And that's crucial for retirees who might be new to this type of investing.
Right.
Augusta really emphasizes making sure their clients understand every step, from choosing the right type of gold
Right.
to managing their account.
That personalized approach is probably reassuring,
Yeah,
especially when you're dealing with your retirement nest egg.
for sure.
You don't want to feel like just another number.
Exactly. And they're also highly rated for their custodial services.
Okay, good.
They work with a top-tier custodian
Right.
to ensure your assets are held securely and all IRS regulations are met.
Okay, so that takes care of the regulatory piece,
Yes.
which, as we've discussed, is absolutely essential.
Right.
But what about the actual gold itself?
Yeah.
Where is it stored?
Augusta partners with reputable IRS-approved depositories.
Okay.
These are high-security facilities specifically designed for storing precious metals.
Okay.
Think Fort Knox level security,
Wow.
with multiple layers of protection,
Right.
24/7 monitoring, armed guards, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. So it's not just tucked away in some random vault somewhere.
Yeah,
This is serious business.
absolutely. And you have peace of mind knowing that your gold is safe and sound.
Right.
Plus, Augusta is upfront about their pricing and fees,
Yeah.
which is something Gold IRA Blueprint really highlights as a positive.
Mm-hmm.
No hidden surprises,
Right.
which, again, is important for retirees who are watching their budget.
Transparency is key. I mean, how can you make informed financial decisions
Right.
if you're not even sure what you're paying for?
Right. And the feedback from Augusta's customers seems to confirm this.
Yeah.
They consistently get high marks for their clear communication
Mm-hmm.
and excellent customer service.
Okay, so Augusta's looking pretty good.
They are.
But before we get too deep into any one company,
Nowhere.
I want to pull back for a second.
Okay.
We've been focusing on why gold IRAs are gaining popularity.
Okay.
But let's flip the script.
Okay.
Are there any potential downsides or risks people should be aware of?
That's an important question.
Yeah.
It's crucial to go into this with eyes wide open.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, like any investment, there
Right.
are risks to consider.
Okay, let's talk about those.
Okay.
What should people be watching out for?
Well, first, remember that the price of gold,
Yeah.
like any commodity, can
Yeah.
fluctuate.
Okay.
While it's generally considered a stable asset,
Mm-hmm.
it's not immune to market forces.
So there's no guarantee it's always going to go up in value.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you need to sell your gold during a period when prices are down,
Yeah.
you could potentially experience losses.
Right.
It's essential to have a long-term perspective
Yeah.
and not panic if you see short-term dips.
That's where that historical perspective comes in handy.
Yeah,
Gold has weathered a lot of storms over the centuries.
right. Another point to consider is the cost associated with gold IRAs. You'll
Let's-
typically have fees for setting up and maintaining the account,
Yeah.
as well as storage fees charged by the depository.
So those fees could eat into your potential returns if you're not careful.
Yes, so it's important to compare the fee structures of different gold IRA companies
Right.
and factor those costs into your overall investment strategy.
It's like shopping for anything else, really.
Yeah,
You have to compare prices and features.
exactly. And finally,
Okay.
it's worth noting that unlike some traditional investments,
Yeah.
gold IRAs don't generate dividends or interest.
So your returns are solely dependent on the price appreciation of the gold itself.
That's correct.
Okay.
You're betting on the long-term value of gold.
Right.
Now, all that being said,
Yeah.
I think it's important to emphasize that these potential downsides don't negate the potential benefits we've been discussing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about weighing those pros and cons against your individual financial goals
Exactly.
and risk tolerance.
Absolutely. For many retirees,
Yeah.
the potential benefits of diversification, inflation hedging, and the stability that gold can offer
Right.
may outweigh those risks.
It's about finding that balance,
Yes.
that peace of mind
Yeah.
for your retirement years.
Exactly.
And speaking of finding the right fit,
Yeah.
let's get back to the question of choosing a gold IRA company.
Okay.
Augusta was a great example,
Yes,
but I know there are others out there.
definitely. It's a growing field, so you have options.
Right.
But that also means it's more important than ever to do your homework.
Don't just jump at the first shiny offer that comes along.
Right. Remember that free checklist we mentioned earlier?
From goldirablueprint.com/exclusive?
Yes, that's a great starting point.
Okay.
Use it to guide your research.
Mm-hmm.
Look for companies with a proven track record, transparent pricing,
Right.
and excellent customer service.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah,
A reputable company will be happy to address any concerns you have.
absolutely.
And remember, this is a big decision.
It is.
Don't feel pressured to rush into anything.
Take your time.
Take your time, do your research,
Right.
and choose a company you feel confident and comfortable with.
Solid advice.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the WHY of gold IRAs
Right.
to the HOW of choosing the right company.
Yeah.
But I want to shift gears for a moment and
Okay.
talk about something that often gets overlooked in financial discussions.
Okay.
The emotional side of things.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
We've talked a lot about the practical,
Mm.
rational reasons for investing in gold.
Right.
But there's also this deeper,
Yeah.
almost primal connection to gold
I agree.
that I think resonates with a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially those nearing retirement.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Gold has held a special place in human societies for centuries.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a symbol of wealth, power, and stability
Mm.
across cultures and throughout history.
It's almost like this tangible link to the past,
Yeah,
a reminder of enduring value in a world that often feels very uncertain.
exactly. And in times of economic turmoil or political upheaval, that connection can feel even more powerful.
It's like holding a piece of history in your hand,
It is.
something that has stood the test of time,
Yeah,
and that can bring a sense of comfort and security,
it can.
something that goes beyond just the numbers on a balance sheet.
It's interesting
Yeah.
because for retirees,
Mm-hmm.
that sense of security might be even more important than for younger investors.
Right.
They've worked hard their entire lives.
Yeah, they have.
And now they're looking for ways to protect what they've earned
Right.
to create a stable and enjoyable retirement.
I agree.
And for some,
Yeah.
that sense of security might come from knowing they have a portion of their savings
Mm-hmm.
in a tangible asset like gold,
Yeah.
something they can see and touch,
Yeah.
something that has held its value for generations.
It's like a safety net woven from history.
I love that analogy.
Thanks.
It really captures the essence of that emotional connection.
Yeah.
It's about more than just financial returns.
It is.
It's about peace of mind,
It-
about knowing that you have something solid to fall back on.
I think that's a really powerful point.
It is.
It reminds us that financial decisions aren't always just about cold, hard numbers.
Yeah.
They're intertwined with our emotions, our values,
Mhm.
our sense of what's important in life.
Absolutely.
And when you're talking about retirement,
Yes,
those emotional factors become even more significant.
I do.
It's about creating a life you can enjoy,
It is.
a life that feels secure and fulfilling.
And for some, a gold IRA might be a piece of that puzzle.
Might be.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why of gold IRAs,
Yeah.
even touched on the emotional aspect,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm always curious to see
Yeah.
how these things play out
Yeah.
in real life.
Right.
Does Gold IRA Blueprint offer
Yeah.
any examples or case studies?
They do.
Oh.
One that stood out to me was a story of a woman named Sarah.
Okay.
She had worked hard her whole life,
Mhm.
diligently contributing to her 401k,
Right.
with the dream of a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a lot of folks out there.
Right. But as she neared retirement,
Yeah.
she started to get nervous.
Uh.
The stock market was volatile,
Yeah.
and she'd seen how quickly things could change.
That fear is real,
It is.
especially when you're relying on those savings to
Yeah.
last you through your golden years.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah was looking for a way to protect her hard-earned money,
Okay.
to create a sense of security.
Mhm.
She started researching gold IRAs,
Okay.
attracted by the stability
Right.
and historical performance of gold.
That's safe haven appeal we talked about earlier.
Exactly. She decided to diversify a portion of her retirement savings into a gold IRA,
Oh.
hoping to hedge against inflation
Right.
and potential market downturns.
So she wasn't putting all her eggs in one basket.
Smart move. And it paid off.
Oh, good.
A few years into her retirement,
Right.
the market took a significant dip.
Uh-oh.
Many of her friends saw their retirement accounts dwindle,
Oh.
but Sarah's gold IRA holdings remained relatively stable.
Wow. So it really did act as a buffer,
It did.
protecting her from the worst of the downturn.
She was so relieved that she had made that decision.
Yeah.
It gave her peace of mind during a stressful time.
That's what it's all about, right?
It is.
That feeling of security.
Yes.
Knowing you've taken steps to protect yourself.
Right.
Are there any other examples in Gold IRA Blueprint that highlight different situations or approaches?
There are.
Okay.
They talk about a couple,
Okay.
David and Emily,
Mm-hmm.
who were in their early 50s
Okay.
and already thinking ahead to retirement.
Good for them.
They had accumulated a decent nest egg,
Okay.
but they were worried about inflation eroding their savings
Mhm.
over the long term.
It's a valid concern.
It is.
Even at a seemingly low rate,
Right.
inflation can really take a bite out of your purchasing power over time.
Right. They'd read about gold being a good hedge against inflation,
Okay.
how it tends to hold its value
Right.
when the cost of goods and services rises.
So they were being proactive,
They were.
taking steps to preserve their purchasing power well before they retired.
Exactly.
Good for them.
They decided to add a gold IRA to their retirement plan.
Okay.
And according to the blueprint, it's been successful as inflation has ticked up.
Yeah.
Their gold holdings have helped them maintain the value of their savings.
It's fascinating to see these real-life examples. It
Yeah.
makes the whole concept of gold IRAs
Right.
much more concrete and understandable.
I agree. And it shows that gold IRAs can be a valuable tool for people in a variety of situations,
Right.
whether they're concerned about market volatility, inflation,
Yeah.
or simply want to diversify their retirement portfolio.
It's all about finding what works best
It is.
for your individual circumstances and goals.
Right.
And having the right resources and guidance can make all the difference.
Absolutely. That's why I think this gold IRA blueprint is so valuable.
Yeah.
It provides that foundational knowledge, helps you understand the key considerations,
Right.
and even offers practical tools,
Right.
like that free checklist to help you get started.
If anyone wants to grab that checklist,
Yeah.
they can visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
That's right. It's a great resource.
It is.
And remember, whether you're considering a gold IRA or any other investment strategy, it's always wise to consult with a qualified financial advisor
Right.
who can provide personalized advice
Yeah.
tailored to your specific situation.
Solid advice as always.
Thank you.
Well, I feel like we've really explored the world of gold IRAs in depth today.
We have.
From the historical context to the practical steps
Mm-hmm.
and even the emotional factors at play.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground.
It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
And I hope our listeners feel more informed and empowered
Me too.
to make decisions about their own retirement planning.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into gold IRAs.
Of course.
We'll be back next time with another insightful topic.
Sounds good.
Until then,